guys, so you won't have to hear my trash voice and bad commentary. And they will take it away for you. Let me quickly put on auto pass for myself so I don't mess up anything later. Cool. Alright, and they can play. Alright, Cloud, Yukker, you guys take it away. Thank you guys for coming through again. Once again, this is Blazing Point Exhibitions, and yeah, it'll be a good set. Take it away.
Alright, thank you. It was really interesting because earlier today I happened to be talking exactly about Lambda matchups with somebody in our own Discord, and they posted a mood chart that Monarch created, and at the very top of what was considered Lambda must die tier was Valkenhayn.
Yeah, I can probably imagine it's not too great for Lambda. Like, obviously, Lambda quite flexible character, and despite her flexibility, she has quite a strong hit for zoning. But many characters do struggle to get in on her. They do not have an easy time necessarily. Valk is not most characters, you know?
Right. Oh, I just got kicked from the room. 1 second.
I see. Yeah, wait, I got kicked as well.
Oh.
Is Enigma trying to sabotage his own exhibition?
Perhaps. Or I'm back in. The room is up. I think it was...
No is what you claim. The facts are stating otherwise. Anyway.
Yeah, so let me think back on the... Yeah, definitely all the points you mentioned about Lambda is indeed true. I think I'm just curious to see like how Valkenhayn movement is going to really play a factor in this matchup to avoid a lot of the projectiles that she will try to use to control the screen with, as well as dancing around some of her anti-airs, right? That 6A, that 2C. See how it plays into Gravity Seed, because once Valkenhayn does get in onto Lambda, there is nothing she really has going for her outside of 50 meter, right? Which means system mechanics and a reversal super to get the wolf off of her. And
actually, no, because I'm aware that apparently Lambda's 2-2D, which normally gets a lot less effective in the corner, it actually hits Valk in wolf form, and I think it's the only character that happens with.
Oh, that's interesting, because he's just like extra long compared to the average character.
Yeah. Obviously, you are still dealing with wolf offense, so you know.
Yeah, but if 2-2D is hitting and you're able to use the like 7 frames that it's invuln.
Yeah. But yeah, Valk definitely does not care about projectiles too much. He's one of those. When I want to, I will pull up on you, and you will be happy with that. The only thing I'm wondering is how well can Gravity Seed stop him? If there is anything that may be able to, stop or slow down Valk, it would be Gravity Seed. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
Right. I do think the ownership of the round start is going to be a little bit more flexible. You typically imagine that Lambda could just like throw something out and stop the Valkenhayn from going into Wolf, but 4D is quite the hell of a button, so we'll see. Oh, wow. Really aggressive opening, just jumping over and immediately going for the sweep, but now eating the Wolf pressure. Not going to be the greatest amount of damage because Valk, but that's okay. You just open them up so easy a bunch of times over.
Already got corner. Okay, coming from HexaNoid though, and combos well into the corner.
Obviously, just yet.
Valk really infamous offense, but doesn't exactly boast the best defense, so he also doesn't have an easy time once he's on the back foot.
Certainly, but on the same foot, but there's the overhead, and unfortunate drop, but this still is a pretty good situation here for HexaNoid, and that overhead's going to finish the first round for Hexa.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for those half screen overhead coming for you.
Yeah, this time, to starting it off to back away. Nice use of the Act Parser to get in there. Finds the throw. We land the full confirms. Get Noruv all the way in the corner. There's the spike chase for the Oki, and stagger pressure for the moment. See if Noruv finds the way out and gets tagged out in the air.
Not escaping quite yet. Hold his Oki, Bozo.
Oh,
Blocks
blocks
the
the overhead.
6B, very nice. Many people are pretty vocal about not having an easy time dealing with that overhead. And you know, there are good points to it. It goes really far. It's generally speaking, nice bait on the CA. But yeah, it goes really far. It's very hard to punish or even unpunishable for most characters, I think.
I think Valk had a pretty good chance there, right? Noruv just pressed that 5 scene and happened to counter hit whatever HexaNoid tried after, but I think right now we're seeing a bigger problem of Noruv not really able to keep the Oki situations going, right? Have the looping pressure, the looping mix-ups to just consistently find openings, circumvent around the fact that Valkenhayn is a low damage character by just having the easiest time opening you up, and often just scrambling back into neutral where Hexa just seems to be a lot more confident and in control of just setting up their own sequences.
Yeah, Valk definitely on the lower end of damage in this matchup. And obviously most matters, but you know, Lambda herself has pretty good damage output. So
No?
I'm still here.
I think one of them isn't.
No,
See?
they're still
No,
both.
they're here. They're just... I think they timed it out. One of them is ready, one of them is entry.
Oh. But yeah, it's definitely a situation of Valk really wants to keep his pressure going. He's really good at it, but you gotta make sure to, you know, not give them that chance to escape. Especially because Valk resource no, it's not exactly free. Like there will be some characters, no names, that will have an easier time, let's say, managing the resource. Valk does not have an easy way to just regen it. Even by popping things like overdrive, I know his regen while doing air combos like is really low.
Right.
So gotta be aware of just how much leniency you're giving to the opponent in that sense.
Yeah. Again, we're seeing Noruv not quite landing those knockdowns, going for a scramble, but let's get the burst out of Hexa, unfortunately. Tick throws, setting up for some damage. Also dropping, so not going to get that full corner carry. Excellent anti-air from the Wolf form, but wow, the deep running.
Running in on the Oki. I see you, I see you. Gets the empty low. Very nice.
Yeah, full human combo,
Makes
trying
sense.
to generate as much Wolf meter back as possible. And there's the Wolf break overhead, the classic unblockable straight into the OD. Looking to get the kill here, or at least all of that Wolf gauge recharged.
And that will be a kill. Very nicely done.
Who said Val can do
Yeah.
who can do damage 4.3k? Sheesh.
Yeah, this character is generally on the lower end of damage. He can still, he still very much has the ability to cash in.
Yeah, it's the
Especially
Wolf
given the right
forms, right?
starters.
It's the Wolf form starters
it's-
that really mess it up.
No, the human starters are definitely the most damaging ones.
Oh yeah, no, they
Like-
hurt, but the Wolf form
like
starters are the
stuff
one that makes you
like,
do 1.9.
Yeah, stuff like 5C, 6C starter, those can really hurt, especially with the counter hits involved.
But yeah, Noruv a lot more in control now. Unfortunately, losing a little bit here, but has the health to trade. Being pushed all the way into the corner, it's going to be tricky, right? As you mentioned earlier, that Valk defense not the strongest. It does have that CA to escape.
Okay, avoid each other, gets over the drive. Noruv really dropping his combos here. Like, not the first time, hopefully it will be the last.
It's really
Okay.
critical, but
Yeah. Gravity Seed was putting in some work there, like as I said before, but if there is anything that may be able to keep Lambda Valk at bay, given Lambda's neutral, it's definitely that Gravity Seed. That could have been a kill!
yeah, the Russian Wolves not quite connecting. CA
no
baited,
punish
but
on the
just
CA
a little
from
out of
Hexa.
reach for the punish.
Okay, I think he can kill if he spends everything.
Yeah, Legacy Edge.
Wait,
Go.
actually-
Yeah, don't you have a kill into
Oh,
Super? Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he would have needed overdrive, but never mind.
Yeah, I think you would hope as HexaNoid that you get the kill there without overdrive, because considering how much of a comeback was required there to make that happen, going into the next round, you already see being put in the corner, 3.6k in damage, Good thing you have that burst. Unfortunately, holding this TRM, it's going to be a good grip of damage here for Noruv, actually. Look at that. 3.3, 3.4, 3.5 regular damage.
Tried to disrespect the wolf cancel. Now, okay, that is a punish, and that will be a kill if we don't drop this. Very nice. Because Noruv, pretty unfortunate last round. I had the kill confirm, but you know, drops got the best of him. You know, but you know, don't let that lose you the entire match. Just come back even stronger and take it anyway. It's that easy.
They've gone into the next one. Yeah. Do you need a Discord stream?
Oh wait, you're not seeing. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh wait, the room is
Nuke the
disbanded.
lobby.
Oh my.
Yeah, I just nuked the lobby because it messed up. So.
I wasn't aware. We could have.
No, it was only the last round. But you could, if you stream now, then we can sort out for the next one. But it's only the last round that I missed.
Now the lobby's new.
Yeah, I'll make a new lobby, so hopefully it will fix itself. Technical issues. God bless Chili Zach.
Some riding off on his motorcycle somewhere. Yeah, chat saying we're tweaking. We're talking about some kind of game.
Look, the voices in my head were telling me it was pretty sick. So I'll just roll with them.
Well, this time we are the voices in their head. Sure.
Where is the link?
It's in off topic.
Very well.
Righto. Okay, so Noruv able to tie it up here, so might be also a factor of just having to warm up a little bit. Valkenhayn is, after all, a very high execution barrier character, where if you're feeling slightly off, right, you don't have your repetitions in just quite, it's not going to make for the best time, especially some of these really tight piano sequences you have to get used to, like those wolf breaks, right? That's 3 buttons in a very specific order. You have to press the timing, you have to press them.
Yeah, but like not the easiest character execution-wise. You can definitely, you definitely are able to tell more than most characters when someone is having an off day. Tries to get the 5D, not quite working out. Okay, Hexa has the corner.
Yeah, already willing to commit that like burst early just to make sure, you know, get off me, let's go one more time.
Usually gets them out.
Ooh!
OD Wolf. Okay.
Just trying to find something to get an opening here on HexaNoid, but just constantly scrambling, spacing away, looking for that FD opportunity to safely go into Wolf and then start dashing in. But the run in and the anti on top of it. Austin Wolf gets the excellent pickup. Are we going to get all the way to the corner here with the loops? Oh my goodness.
Loops. Very nice. Oh.
That was awesome. Like all that Wolf canceling and still had some meter to spare with. There we go, chicken blocking away from the low human attack, and just like that, being driven close to the other side. Spike Chaser, but CA get off of me, tries to go for the Wolf anti-air, does get the air-to-air, and this time, Awesome Wolf for that side swap, getting that knockdown. 50 meter to put with, a little low on the Wolf meter.
Very low, now back to neutral. Oh, he had the meter to go for the air drives, yet okay, still alive. Blocks the 6B, very nice.
Ooh.
Forces the burst out.
I don't know, that burst from HexaNoid, it pays out, but like it seemed very emotional. But you know, getting that first round in might also be a little bit more important.
Like both on very low health at that point, it was pretty reasonable, and he did get the round off of it with the cheeky off-screen overhead.
Certainly. Oh, late air dash overhead, a staple in the Lambda mix-up game. Just like that, already more than half health gone on Noruv here. Has to hold that Spike Chaser, cheeky invisible off-screen overhead, and the RC to bait the burst. Which I don't.
Really good burst bait from HexaNoid. and that would be the match. Perfect.
Wow. I wasn't sure if that would kill, but then I just saw that 6C just do a ton of damage. I was like, oh yeah, no worries. Hexa got that for sure.
Yeah. Hexa, so far, really on point with their setups and combos. Looking clean so far. I'm really noticing that Noruv is giving Hexa a lot of respect, even in situations where Valk can kind of just try to force his way. He really just plays really respectful, almost afraid of something, which I am wondering where that comes from. Maybe player matchup? It could be.
Could be that they're very familiar with each other, but here we see trying to use the wolf form to navigate around. Unfortunately, gets air to it, and immediately HexaNoid trying to clear a bit of space, play at their own terms. We see Noruv navigating around a lot of this pressure, but not finding the opening. But there is the big wolf C. Should be a nice start. Splat against the wall. Do we have the pickup? We do. Knockdown for Noruv. Time to play the wolf mix. Nope, just stagger pressure works.
No conversion of that. Okay, we got it here. Just keep the combo. Keep that wolf meter very nice and healthy, and that should be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the crush trigger as well. Air super, very nice.
Good stuff indeed from Noruv there, but now to make it stick, right? Tie up the set. It looked a little tricky to actually pin down HexaNoid, but once I got the ball rolling, right, it felt really good. But now stuck in the gravity seed, having to hold a bit of this zoning pressure, but does get the run in and able to tag before the spike chaser gets active. Great jump in, able to snag real quick. And just before the drive was able to activate an anti-air, and now HexaNoid getting a little impatient.
The wolf meter, not spend it. Gets another hit. Goes back to human. No conversion from Hexa. That is unfortunate. Rise to running, getting denied by the JC, coming in clutch with the bajillion active frames.
Yeah, very nice. I think previously we've seen HexaNoid try to keep the wolf at bay with using a JD, but noticing it isn't fast enough. Oh, gets snatched air to air. It's gonna be a nice little combo. Unfortunately, swaps him out of the corner, but still is able to drag him all the way to the other side. Blue beat. Sending to the spike chaser.
Side stops when you can just get the opponent to the other corner.
Absolutely, but optimal.
There we got Astro.
This one's sick, man. Look at full moon. Here comes Valkenhayn.
He's pretty sick.
It's also like where else did we get to see the hybrid wolf form from Valkenhayn? It's like it's one of his OD supers, I believe, and that form is like the design is tough.
Yeah, it is quite nice. Definitely one of my favorites.
All right, so 2 apiece for the players here. Noruv getting a little bit of a stronger footing here. More and more, we're starting to see the control and the spacing go in the favor of Noruv, but already the early call out here from HexaNoid is going to be dragging Noruv to the corner.
Really aggressive round with 2-6C, like right away, gets sniped. Really good blocks on the 6B though.
A 5C punish attempt on the overhead is very interesting because we see HexaNoid backing away from it, but immediately following in with the wolf saying, well, your backdash is a committal, so I'm going to tag you down for that.
The 5C is more... Oh, that could have been a big start there. 5C is definitely more an attempt of taking his turn back because Lambda 6B only -8 on block, so not a whole lot of leeway if you don't have some really long range B buttons.
Shout out to Ragnar.
Ragnar, it's frame 8, but like the first active is like pretty short. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, I'm afraid not even Ragnar catches it.
Okay, able to get
the CA out, gets the corner, tries. HexaNoid, they try to roll out, not quite working out.
He does still get a knockdown, not the most damage, but there's the wolf break. Russ and Wolf connects. It's the full combo before the burst is able to come back.
Not even in time to get the burst back. That would be the round for Noruv. Oh, really just calling him out on his movement options. That is really nice to see. Gets caught by the off-screen overhead. You hate to see it.
Doing some good damage. Spike Chaser, force the hold, and again the off-screen overhead. It's gonna be some nice damage if HexaNoid doesn't drop this. Going straight into the Spike Chaser once more. The
Oh,
no
that is a big
and that's gonna
starter.
hurt.
That doesn't even need. Oh, drops the combo. Never mind. The
Overhead RC. It's okay though. It's okay because Noruv up around. We sometimes we just hold one of those. We still have burst on the table. Same as HexaNoid. Here we go. We're getting right in there. Oh. Yeah, I'm having a bit of a rough time getting the control there. Not fully getting the punish on the Exega Blade, but still, Wolf Break, overhead connecting, getting that full sequence, trying to drag them to the corner as much as possible. Retain the Wolf meter, getting the air tear, but no knockdown just yet, and there's the challenge.
Now Exa to go to the other corner. Okay, the late attack to avoid the wheel. A bit stuck, just trying to regen Wolf meter. Back online, gets hit by the 4D and the 60.
Oh! With no pickup, we are getting some really critical drops here.
And combo. That could have ended really badly.
Man, the amount of times HexaNoid has gone really good interrupt on Noruv, but just not had the continuation. It's been really disastrous because now you're stuck in the corner. You do have the 100 meter, tries to go for the 6B, gets the croucher confirmed. Is it enough to find the kill off the super? It is, and that is very painful for Hexa.
Yeah, very nicely done. Hexa, they're going for 6B on Wake Up. I wonder what that would have been.
Could it just be an intentional 6B on Wake Up, right? Maybe try to sneak in get a sneaky cheeky low crush?
Maybe, could be, I'm not sure. Oh well, you know.
I mean, some people might be inspired by Nemo Smack's performance at Outplay to doing 6B on Wake Up.
Look, Nemo is an inspiration for everyone.
Definitely.
Even those in chat, they're like, that's not true. It's still true for you as well. It's just subconscious.
No, it's true.
You just don't know yet.
Right, nice OD activation, able to get out of the wolf pressure. Doesn't quite get the full knockdown, but still able to keep control of the pressure. Overhead connects, it immediately bursts out of it. Maybe.
Rise to overdrive the overhead. The overhead, I think, but you know, be too slow with it, and the burst is out, and that is not good, generally speaking, at least.
Yeah, and oh no, there's the invisible overhead yet again. I think Noruv is either trying to interact with it, or we're making a big mistake playing into Lambda by looking at the blades instead of her poses.
Yeah, definitely something that one needs to learn, because otherwise it will get you once you are in the corner. And let it be known, Lambda corner carry is pretty good, so you will be in that corner.
And look at this
really curious because so far, Noruv has had really good block rates on the Lambda 6B, but not as much on the stance over the Rekka overhead and the 4D, which generally it's the other way around, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the same type of thing that goes on with people eventually like getting pretty used to blocking Gauntlet Hades, but not Ragnar 6B, and it's just a matter of like, how often do you see the 4D come out from Lambda versus the Act Parser overhead? Yeah, and it just kind of catches you off by surprise. But for Noruv, it's the other way around. Early burst for HexaNoid does not want to see that Wolf pressure get started at all.
Rise to Wolf dash in, not quite working out. Exa holding space really well so far.
Yeah. Oh,
let's the jump out go.
Okay. Quick little overhead. Be extending this combo as much as possible, trying to keep that Wolf meter regenning a little by little. Wolf break overhead, Ross and Wolf. Do we have the full pickup? No drops. We can't afford it, especially with this little of a Wolf meter. Just a human low connecting. Oh no. Hexa might be dead here.
Yeah, air super. Oh!
Commentary curse? The side swap too?
The commentary curse may be real. I take all the allegations. Gets the blue beat though. It's not over.
Oh my goodness!
Just wolf dashes under the choo-choo D like that. I see you.
That could have been either really bad, but in this case, luckily went out really well. Chicken blocking through it, unfortunately not able to get the punch, but still the turn, running under, trying to tag as much of HexaNoid as possible. But there it is, the Wolf B in that anti-air, dragging back into the corner. Wolf meter a little low, doesn't get the knockdown, unfortunately. Tries to get the anti-air possibly, but HexaNoid with the jump in.
Smashes on the 6B, very nice.
Blocks, but you can only block the Wolf so much. That full conversion, unfortunately not quite, but still air to air.
Where are you going? You're going nowhere. Stay in the corner. No low wolf meter, but big life lead. We have all the time in the world to just get it back up. No waiting for Noruv though. He wants the job and he wants it done now.
Yeah, OD pop for that extra damage on the super, and that is gonna be another game for Noruv now.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy from Noruv because like, so many times these ending sequences, either without knockdown or with, but teetering on the edge of going into the wolf meter penalty, right, where you don't get to generate it, you don't get to go back into it until it's fully generated. Barely just sticking outside of that range. Of course, it doesn't really present the best amount of Oki possibilities, but still better than not having any Oki at all for a good minute.
Yeah, like obviously, wolf economy really important. Sometimes you just gotta look out for that the pixel of difference. Noruv definitely doing that here, and well, it showed, that is for sure. Especially when you have such a big life lead. Even if you don't get like Oki right away, you can just chill and let it recharge on its own, and when you're back up, you go in again, and they are the ones that have to deal with it, so, you know, all the worst for them.
Certainly, and currently the worst is going on for HexaNoid. I think just have completely resigned themselves to just holding this Valkenhayn round, right? Keep the burst on the table going into the next one. It's looking a little bit more on point here for Noruv. Couple slight drops there, but still the amount of mix-ups in the pressure itself, just constantly finding opening after opening. But now it's time for HexaNoid to cook a little bit. Stuck in the corner, we're gonna get piling up the damage here a bit, setting to that spike chaser. Oki forced to block it out, but the jump out and taking the turn back here.
Very nice. Checkers, the run-in with the Wolf 5A. I did not block that.
Yeah. Still able to ignore the gravity seed for the most part, running a little low on the Wolf meter here, jumping away from the anti-air attempts, playing as slow as possible at the moment, just trying to recharge.
Every time I see Lambda do 6A anti-air, whiff, and then she recovers in time to backdash, I think of unnamed people talking about Lambda 6A.
There we go. It's going to be a round apiece for both of these players. HexaNoid looking to tie up the round, or maybe for once, Noruv runs away with the lead in the set.
Oh, whiff on the Wolf 5B, right over him.
Nice. Good little bit of sequencing, splat against the wall. Doesn't quite get the 3C, but still locked in the corner. 5 again here.
Gets the full conversion. Very nice. Just blue beat, you don't want to let them out. That is the Wolf meter looking really nice. Burst almost back up for HexaNoid. It will be up before it can get killed, I think.
Not quite, but still look at this life deficit. Legacy Edge going to be used, gets in there, says nope, we go again.
Burst
This
out,
no 50 meter to skip
lead.
neutral. Astro on the table here, gets clipped low, but no conversion. Full on the Wolf meter, just a run up Wolf 5A, and it's going to finish it there. Noruv taking the lead now, 5 games, already the halfway mark.
Yeah, I was just saying that Hexa will about to have burst back up before Noruv can get the kill, but you know, maybe with the over there pops in the right places, that would have not been the case. Always a thing of just really being aware of what your opponent's burst gauge is looking like and taking advantage of that. In the meantime, Hexa getting the 6B and getting the corner. That will be some really nice damage.
Absolutely, but Spike Chaser, Oki, OD pop, but immediately canceling into the Hexa ability to just escape the challenge through the OD invuln. Just like that.
Yeah,
HexaNoid
Lambda C normals definitely really vulnerable to overdrive, having really high total duration, but you know, as long as she can get even one hit in, she is Gucci. She just choo-choo these out, have fun. I don't want to deal with this.
Yep. Kind of effective life, good blocking the overhead, trying to challenge for a turn, gets sniped out of the air, but again, finds the wolf form now to pick up. No burst just yet from HexaNoid, probably trying to look for an OD or simply just hold it a little longer, right? You have that round lead here to play with. Oh no, just jumps right back in, gets that wolf overhead. Maybe landing a nice little bit of combo here. Has to be careful on the wolf gauge, however. 2-2-A, just hitting the 2A underneath. Catching out to the Hexa Blade, and again, Wolf Oki hits that low. Hexa getting blown up. I think it might have been a Wolf break, but sadly not the case. Is it enough to get the kill here? Trying to maximize as many hits as possible, and that should be the round one for both.
Blaze Blue is a single player game. That was definitely no interaction. Just pure Valk offense. You love to see it.
You know, sometimes it's interaction, just not the kind that you can all too consistently see in time. Lovely little challenge there from HexaNoid, trying to get a bit of Oki with the delay tech, able to escape this sickle wheel.
Yeah, it's important to being aware of when to delay tech to avoid that Oki with the wheel, because if you find yourself blocking it, it's really, really plus. Lambda can just do whatever, so gotta be aware of that.
Oh my god, throw tech immediately into the 60, but it drops. Still denies the burst, wants to get him close to the corner, but immediately the wolf to escape, but unfortunately, Russen getting tagged out, no tech, gonna be extending the combo here for HexaNoid some more, dragged all the way to the other side. Here's the Gravity Seed instead, just backing away, no chance to use the wolf to escape in the raw 5D, but still doesn't get the kill. But the next one will seal the deal. HexaNoid getting creeping closer to tying up the set once more.
Indeed. In most matchups, you don't see Gravity Seed as Oki too much. It's generally one of those... it's like... not the safest option, you said, because Lambda in general safe Oki, but it's like I'm fine getting back to neutral with an advantage over trying to run Oki on you and deal with whatever defensive option you have. And you could see there as Noruv was on a pixel of HP pretty much. Really good anti-air there from Hexa. Gets the snipe with the 5D.
Oh, wolf form, interesting still. Noruv pushed themselves close to the corner. Yeah, aggressive burst there from HexaNoid. Likes this position that they have them in right now, but there's a challenge, backs away, but the air-to-air...
getting Hexa out of the wolf pressure. Valk, definitely not an easy character to you know keep track of with the movement and where he may go, but Hexa is doing a really good job at that, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely throwing out these normals in the right spot. Now, Bluetooth pressure, tick throw a little too far away. The patience here from Noruv, just trying to see what the options are. Counter assault has had enough, trying to move in with that wolf form, but we see the
with punish on the wolf. Footsies in my Blaze Blue?
Yeah, you should drop Street Fighter 6 right now after seeing that one.
Well, unfortunate, I am dropping Street Fighter for Garo, maybe. Hop on the beta tomorrow.
Fair, fair. Oh, very nice. Gets that low, it's going to be a good bit of damage here. Out of the wolf stars, right, that wolf seed is going to be the one that you like to see the most. Right, 2.8k, very nice. But that's what everyone was talking about earlier, the Hexa Blade hitting the wolf in the corner.
Yeah, definitely a really nice boost to Lambda's generally not amazing in corner defense. Okay, just back to the other corner we go. You know, it is pretty funny, just... big overdrive.
Yeah, with that overwolf, right, you can cancel a lot faster. Look at this damage already.
So it won't quite be the kill.
To find that one opening, trying to get these wolf mix-ups going, but gets the pickup. No, drops the combo, does get a counter, isn't enough. Get the super here. Oh my goodness, on a pixel health, and because that overdrive ran for so long, getting that active flow, we're already back at 80% going into that last round.
You know, you can have all the hours you want in this game. You never truly get used to Valk zipping around in overdrive. Like you're fighting Valk normally, and it's hard to keep up, and then you are. And then he's in overdrive, and it's like, what do you mean he's even faster?
Oh my god.
Is that legal?
You did crush trigger and snapped him out of the execute blade? Alright. Nice.
He's him.
A splat against the wall. Man, there's the wolf break. So good with those. 50 meter on top of it for the kill. Just in time, Noruv just, wow, stealing that one from the clutches of defeat, and again, maintaining the lead, 4 away from taking it all.
Indeed, looking really nice so far. I am wondering why we're not really seeing Hexa use the reversal super at all, which, you know, obviously, as we said, the 2QD hitting Valk in Wolf, even when Lambda is cornered, but still not exactly the most input frames. So there can still be situations where Wolf is just running offense on you, and you end up getting hit because the input is so short. That's where you should probably represent the Super Morb, which also leads to so much damage on counter it. But we're not really seeing that. I'm curious as to why.
Oh my goodness, the overhead getting sniped out, this time not connecting, so can get a clean punish going. Anti-air trading, sadly, here for Noruv. Still has that life lead, trying to force their way in here, but HexaNoid running underneath, wants to maintain that space away. Gravity Seed, keeping him nice and slow, overhead connects. Doesn't cash out the meter, has 100 though.
Yeah, getting in on Noruv as long as the Wolf meter is low. It no longer is, so you better be closing it out. Not quite yet. Gets the throw.
Very nice. I think we kind of saw the answer to your question earlier there, where it's why doesn't HexaNoid use 50 meter for reversal super, and it's, I think they're more so looking for extensions where the character sometimes is going to be lacking on that to try and maximize damage, put Noruv in the corner, right, and then capitalize on the, you know, that fact that even Valkenhayn doesn't have the craziest defense of his own.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, Hexa getting the corner confirmed. Not quite a kill yet, I think. Yeah, no. Okay.
Catches the roll, whiffs the anti-air attempt. There's a pickup from Noruv. This one's gonna be a tough comeback. Look, only 2k damage. Immediately counter assaults away, and even if you get the next hit right, there's a burst available. Counter assault to take some distance. Anti-air whiffs, and there is Hexa with the little toe stab. 1 round closer to tying it up again, but still not in the lead.
Yeah. Hexa, they've been showing really good so far. Really good showing so far. Even in terms of throwing off Noruv's anti-air. Because Valk Wolf 5B, another of those anti-airs that you kind of just, you know, you whiff it, you do it again. But Hexa, they've been really consistent in baiting it out despite that. Especially with like catching Noruv cross-up. Which is not always easy, especially on a character that has a back run for really excellent ability to adjust their spacing.
Certainly, but Wolf Dash able to go over a challenge there from HexaNoid, but still not getting the knockdown. Now trying to anti-air, but the Wolf forms again, dashing over these buttons. Finds the side swap, putting Hexa back in the corner. There's the Oki and the instant overhead, but doesn't time the RC right.
Overhead RC. Okay, Hexa out. Yeah, like that was a slowed down by gravity, like
and it barely functioned.
You saw it was going. Yeah.
I think that was a testament as well to the overdrive, right? Giving so much Wolf meter regen that Noruv could kind of just ball out in the movement. But now taking that first round already, HexaNoid wanting to get that lick back. As I'm stuck into the corner, there is the sickle. Going to be setting into that spike chaser, forced to block, good block on the overhead, but this time no challenge, but Wolf straight in. Aggressive burst, wants to keep him
over the
blocked in.
QB. Oh, whiff on the 5C, that's big. Gets the instant overhead reset.
Splat against the wall. There's the Wolf. Finds that overhead. Gonna be comboing some more. Let's not drop this. We need these knockdowns. We need to keep this pressure going. Tries to go for the throw, but oh my goodness, Hexa Blade. Oh my. No, but these drops, all these small openings.
We were dropping those.
Yeah, low wolf meter just sends it through 360.
Just shoot 360. You know, it worked. Cool. I have no questions. I'm lacking critical information here. that was definitely a shoot 66 shoot. Oh well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, damn, just gets in there. But like, even if it didn't really work out for Noruv, had the meter to make it safe. So if anything, it's just just get me in there, get my pressure started type of response.
I will not lie. The sequence there just kind of had me dumbfounded. Like, what even is happening here?
Sometimes these matchups go deep, and the layers they're playing at is just baffling to consider. But still, HexaNoid off to a great start here. More than half health gone on Noruv. Spike Chaser forced to hold that block. Tick throws. Gonna be teched out to just a run under and getting that side swap. Let's find that knockdown. No, not quite. And immediately the falling bottom there from HexaNoid for the punish.
Oh, the JC, it's so hard to block at times because the multiple hits and most of them, and there is a bunch of them that are overheads. So it's kind of like it's easy to miss time when she's gonna land and get tagged as the JC is going, which can be a bit annoying.
Certainly, but there we go. Wolf backdash getting clipped out by the 5D, and immediately another hit for HexaNoid, dragging him to the other side of the screen. Doesn't quite hit the mark, and no whiff punish, but this time the Hexa Blade is going to get punished indeed. But the burst cutting any pressure short.
Gets slammed before D. Tries to get out. 60 tags. Big life fleet for HexaNoid. No burst for either. That should be it. HexaNoid tying it up. No, actually, no. I think he's still one game behind.
Yeah, one game behind, so it should be 7-6 at the moment. And given the trend that it's been playing at, right, if it keeps going like this, right, one win for HexaNoid, a win for Noruv, with Noruv in the lead, it is just going to be Noruv set.
Yeah, so Hexa, they're still one game behind, but really close that so far. It could really just go either way.
Let's see. Running into the 5D, not advisable, but we could see, instead of committing to the wolf forms, we're just running straight through Gravity Seed, and already we're getting the full extended combo. Here's the knockdown wolf form, the delay 5C to fake out the wolf break, very nicely done. We're getting a lovely little pickup here, knockdown to boot, wolf form, and again the mix-ups, 5A just connecting raw. Hexa's had enough.
Oh, making the overhead, Rekka overhead whiff. That is a big hit. Get in the corner. Set up those spikes.
Oh, but,
no
my
punish.
goodness, what?
Just yeah, these people are definitely playing on layer 5.
Just triangle dashing through the Hexa Blade. All right, man. And then the run down on the back dash.
I expected a bunch of things. That was not one of them.
Sometimes Noruv just has this really excellent sense and able to just perfectly call out HexaNoid. Now we'll just see playing around the wolf form, running a little low, and it is HexaNoid's turn. Dagger pressure, 6B gets found. Gonna be dragged all the way to the other side of the screen, setting probably up into a spike chaser. Hold that situation. There it is. Mix up. 6B again. And keep letting these happen. So
Wrong
third time?
Over the corner. Don't let them out. Gets clipped low by the 3C. Again. Noruv not escaping quite yet. And that... Oh, yeah, that barely kills. Very nice.
Yeah, whole 1k minimum damage. Pretty good. So now around a piece. This is an important one for HexaNoid. Can probably try to tie up the set here, but already starting it off into the corner is not the way to go. Burst being held. Very interesting to see. Yeah, go for the OD, but ODR safe, and you get opened up. No more OD on your side still at that 30%, so might be able to get him back. Who knows? Doesn't catch the roll.
Okay,
Just yet.
manages
There's the
to roll
anti-air.
out. Force the burst out. Not seeing another one for this round, at least for Noruv.
Yeah. Oh my
Gets
goodness.
the overhead, and that... yeah, that is
enough.
a kill.
Human form starter is surely going to be plenty.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Okay. Nice block on the overhead. Okay. We got that defense. No tech on the throw though. That is unfortunate.
Knocked into the corner, unfortunately, scooped open. HexaNoid. I set that gravity seed down. They're looking for an answer here. Again, the gravity seed trying to slow down Noruv as much as possible.
Okay, got the wolf hit.
Very nice spike chaser, but just this is the first time we've seen a reversal super out of Noruv.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Exa getting the 6A in here, very nice. Next hit will do it.
Yeah, just trying to cash out as much as possible, but unfortunately they put themselves in the corner here. Noruv immediately backing away, let the wolf speed play the game, but the 6A anti-air. Very nice.
6A from Exa coming in clutch, very nice.
Rebel 2. Action. Counter.
Oh, he's still able to get the pickup off that trade. Now smacked into the corner. Here's Hexa, sets up the gravity seed, or forced to block it out, tries to jump away, but the 5D keeping the horizontal movement at bay. Now the damage is going to be piling up. Noruv still has that burst to play with, but at this distance, it's going to be tricky to find an opportunity to use it.
Yeah. Exa, they've been really showing a lot of control over the corner, just not letting Noruv out easily. And it shows here, Exa taking the match. Not quite tied up yet, but we're still getting there. We really are just going in those, you know, one match each, where if something doesn't change soon, Noruv might just be on set point before we know it.
Certainly. It has been really kind of mostly very explosive games between these two, right? Sometimes HexaNoid gets a really strong opening, other times they are just holding the Valk pressure. just it in.
Runs in, full screen, through the gravity seed. He just doesn't care. This guy doesn't care.
And also, like, that Rasim Wolf there in the end, like, it was the end of the pressure, but said, like, you know what? I'm gonna try to see if they're gonna respect this or not.
Noruv taking the round, yeah. Now on match point, just really trying to set the pace because again, Noruv match advantage. If he can get the momentum, he might just steamroll the set from there. So it's up to Exa to making the comeback. That is for big overdrive. That's the punish.
Yeah.
Doesn't go for a side swap. Curious, okay.
Yeah, is A-okay with the situation, the damage already equalizing the health totals. See a nice little pickup, puts him into the corner. CA, HexaNoid's had enough, trying to tag Noruv here, but the run-in finds that Wolf Ed form A, but unfortunately, HexaNoid with the excellent run under there, getting the pickups, doing a whole lot of damage, and now has also burst to be safe against whatever challenge, but the CA sends them flying.
Oh, the 6A from Exa is pristine. They're just catching the wolf dash like that.
Rebel 3. Action.
Okay, just patience this time. Escalade not quite connecting. Run back, reposition for the end here. Very nicely done by Noruv. Getting that appropriate side switch. The full extension stuck into the corner. Human form mix. 5B, yeah, should be ODR safe, and HexaNoid gonna be punished for
Yeah,
that.
rise, overdrive, and get something going. Not quite working out.
Oh! Try to go for that Wolf JA Rising, but unfortunately whiffs and sets up
The
HexaNoid for the
6B
air
not
throw.
connecting.
Oh my goodness, the
Okay.
movement!
Interesting movement baits coming from Noruv. That is not one I saw coming. Big air throw from Hexa. What can we get here? Can we get the corner? Not quite. We get the pressure. We take
Yeah,
it.
Noruv looking to respect the option instead, finding an opportunity to just CA, but the run under!
Run under 4-5B. Hexa on a pixel. What can we do here? Okay, tries to force the issue.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that was 4D, so was forced to hold that legacy edge. But now we're out of meter. 5C doesn't quite connect. Still burst,
Forced
able to
burst
save.
out.
But the run up 6A, oh my goodness, HexaNoid actually able to tie up the set.
You absolute madman. Oh my. Just get bursted, run up 6A from the other end of the screen. These people do not give a damn.
I like the YOLO factor there, because I think so many times the burst has happened, and it's just kind of like, okay, there's space between us now. Typically, this should be ideal for Lambda, but Noruv has been so expertly able to navigate around, but unfortunately, navigation not going to be coming to fruition here. HexaNoid with these air throws have been a really nice key success factor as of these last couple rounds.
As I said since early in the set, I feel like Hexa, they've been really on point with just many of the movement callouts that that Noruv has opted for, you know, which definitely no easy task against Valkenhayn.
Definitely not. Get that.
Okay,
JB
holding the pressure
coming.
though. We're now in the corner. Can we get out?
See? Oh,
Blocks
good
the
box.
overhead.
There's the low.
Can only do so much for so long. Gets the safe jump. Even
is
on
out.
life. Resources on Hexa side. He must not get hit today. Gets the CA out.
Is that taunt? We just go do a quick ass taunt and now we're gonna go for the kill.
No, I think that was just the Valk. Valk at the end of many of his moves just has animations, you know, on top of them for style that you can cancel out of. It's pretty cool. It's one of those
Okay,
things
fair, yeah, a
I
little
really
flourish.
just love about characters, where they have cool recovery animations if you don't do something else.
Cosmetic recovery.
Indeed, it's cool, man. What can I say?
True. We love our character details and flourishes. Unfortunately, tries to go for a folly button and HexaNoid ready with that 6A that sucks oh so bad apparently. And a round apiece for both. Challenge, ready to challenge for that position to be one game away to win the set. Burst on the table for both. And the air throw again to call out the wolf form movement.
Really good showing there. Just keeping it safe. Do it again. Get the hit. Get the Oki. Do it again. Do it
Invisible
until
red.
it works. Nice combo. Force the burst out.
Yeah, and this one's a
No,
rough
no
one
more
to make the
doing it
comeback.
again. Okay. Get the RC. Can we spend EA? Yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, certainly. Here we go. It's active flow version 2. It's gonna be plenty
Hexa
of
now
damage.
on set point.
Well, one game away.
Yeah, rather one game away, you know.
Pretty good, yeah. It looked a little shaky there because Noruv just pacing constantly ahead of HexaNoid, but now reversal of the situation. Noruv needs to make it happen now to challenge for also that win. Oh, yes, lovely movement, but doesn't quite get the pickup. Still straight hits. Finally able to get the conversion. Should be knocked down. A bit of half wolf meter. Does find a raw 2A, and again, human form pickups. These are going to be good damage. I'm surprised to not see the burst just yet out of HexaNoid.
Yeah, Hexa holding on to the burst. it definitely pays off. Like this round is definitely really hard to come back from. Just focusing on the next one and keeping overdrive forward, you know.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, sometimes also a round is just a bit too far gone, where it's like, I didn't burst immediately like here,
now-
so there's no other good opportunity for it.
Yeah,
Gone.
burst early from Hexa. Oh, doesn't. Okay, I think that was true to be getting caught or something.
Must be, but like just
Believe.
raw Russ and Wolf on pressure? Oh my god, stealing the corner!
Oh, the jump out and catches the 6B, ready to convert the airborne as well. Really nice. Now Noruv, 9-9.
Yeah, Enigma
These
getting
people are
exactly what he's
not
paid
letting
for.
up.
Full set, the full distance between these two players. We are here in the final game. There's going to be nothing more after this. Only 3 more rounds potentially left to their name. So let's see if they can make a count, or if either one is going to succumb to just some sheer momentum we've been seeing throughout these sets.
Yeah, it has been shown, it can really just go either way.
Let's take a pressure. Wolf 5A whiffing.
Empty wolf dash into 5A. The legendary empty jump mid. Oh, Wolf 5B doesn't care.
Oh,
Where
backs
are you
away
going?
there. Might have been a misinput. A little low on the Wolf meter, and unfortunately just goes for the shoulder tackle straight into the projectiles. HexaNoid not quite getting that pickup. Both players trading their hits here, chases
That was a
them
weird
down.
6B, probably was misinput. Gets the 6B now though. Hexa, we got the corner. We don't need to let up now.
Overdrive.
Okay. He's in overdrive and coming in. And he wants to kill you.
Yeah, it's still gonna have to be one more touch, but still getting that active flow right now. Playing this out, the longest round goes to the benefit of Noruv, and oh my goodness, doesn't quite get the conversion, but still able to get that final pickup, and Noruv on that turn on that.
Right for the 5A end here, but doesn't work out. Noruv now on set point, and we got the corner. That will be rough. Yeah, force the burst. We won't be seeing it again for this round.
Certainly not.
So,
Ooh.
Hexa, they need to do with what they have best.
Air throw the Wolf, and unfortunately
Dash,
tries to get
Wolf
in
dash.
the air. Gets clipped out by the Wolf A. Slapped into the corner. There's the knockdowns. Wolves catching the no tech, but unfortunately no full pickup, but still finds the anti-air after all. Wolf form running a little low here.
No resource to their name. Okay, we need to get this going. Again, Hexa, they have no resource to their name. If this goes south, it might just go south.
Oh my goodness.
And there, the drop from Noruv.
Oh, but that's
And
that final
finishes it
pickup.
like that. Even at the very end, we still cannot help, but as Europeans, we just don't finish our food.
True, true. But still, it's okay so long as you get the next pickup, and Noruv is going to be closing it out 10